Hello and welcome everyone to the People's Rose. I'm Jared,
And I'm Brooke.
and we're a married couple who loves to talk about reality TV. We love it so much, we started a podcast last year. We started a podcast last year and we've been on hiatus.
Yeah, the holidays were here, and then we moved. We bought a house and we moved. And we are reporting to you live from our new podcasting studio.
We had the holidays. We were moving. We were shopping for a house. We just had a lot going on. We actually recorded an episode that started the Joey season. We just didn't get it out.
It never made the cut.
Well, we couldn't get it edited in time for it to make sense for it to come out. It was on the first week, and it just didn't happen. So here we are. It is now the 5th week. We've had 5 weeks in the Joey season. We have had,
oh my gosh, you're right,
almost 15 different reality TV shows we've watched and enjoyed since we last talked about it. We kind of recovered it on that episode that didn't come out, so it would be a little disingenuous to go back over that. Maybe we'll release that as like a special edition episode.
Bonus ep.
Yeah, later on, and I'll cut out the stuff that's not relevant anymore. But just as a recap of some of the stuff we missed, because so much good reality TV happened. Like I said, it's week 5 of Joey's Bachelor season, and just to get back in the swing of things, let's talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
And remember, we've talked about it before, Brooke, but since we've recorded an episode of the podcast, we just haven't had time to discuss. So just give us everything in broad strokes. What you think about Joey's season so far?
Oh, Joey is it's cutie cute. I don't even know. He is gonna break a lot of hearts, I think, because he has this personality of like making you feel so comfortable and welcomed and seen and heard. And I feel like these girls are gonna mistake that for like, oh, he's in love with me, and he's really not. But I don't think he's like trying to be a jerk or like purposely hurt anybody. I think he's just genuinely very nice.
Okay.
That's my hot take.
It's your hot take?
Well, I don't know. Why are you questioning that?
It wasn't very hot. It wasn't a very hot take.
Okay.
What else you got on Joey's season? What are some of the standout girls you see?
Definitely Jen. I think he's very into Jen. I think she's very into him. I think what is her name? Leia. Well, okay, we'll get into Leia. Because Leia and Maria are standout girls, but not because I think that they're gonna, like, make it with him,
Yeah. Why they stand out? We can go free form. We're not. Again, we're covering 5 episodes, so we're not going in any specific order. Just give us all your thoughts.
Well, so Leia, she, in the beginning seemed very sweet. She got that card and she threw it in the fire. The card that was like still a one-on-one date. And she's like, I just can't do that. And everyone was like, wow, that's so impressive. And she got the first impression rose. But now she's kind of getting a villain edit.
Well, she is acting like a villain.
Yeah, because she's very much involved in the I Hate Maria train. And if you like Maria, then how could you like me? Which is just so crazy when people do that. It's like, you can like different types of people, So, yeah. I think Jen's a standout. I think Daisy is a standout.
That's only after this episode wasn't released. We recorded an episode on the very premiere Joey season, and as soon as Daisy got out of the limo, had her interaction with Joey, and they were walking away, I called it at that moment. You didn't believe me? I said, "Oh, Daisy's gonna win it all." No, we haven't heard as much as I would have liked to hear from someone who's gonna win it, but that could just be them burying the eventual winner in the edit, so it's not obvious. But they made it obvious. I remember Joey said, "Hey, I'm just looking for someone that I know immediately. Oh, that could be my wife right there. I want that kind of love." And as she was leaving in her ITMs later on, she said, "Oh, I knew that right there, that could be my husband." And it was just so obvious how they played it that she's the final pick. So, who else?
Other people have been saying that online too, but I'm not too convinced. But I never really pick the right girl in the beginning. I think Autumn is really pretty, but I think she'll go to like maybe right before hometown.
She just got eliminated last night.
Oh shoot.
Or not last, well, we watched it last night, but on the Wednesday episode of this week.
Oh shoot, I forgot. My bad. Okay. Edwina just got eliminated too, right?
Correct.
I liked her. Jess, bless her. I think she really likes him, but he's really not as into her.
I think she really has a crush on him. She seems like she wants to go through the motions. She wants to fall in love on The Bachelor, but I think she's convincing herself that she really likes him, but I don't think she does.
Well, that's fair. That's a fair take. Kelsey A, I really like her because she seems so real. She's like she's not like, oh, I'm in love with Joey. She's just like, what did she say? I'm like tripping. I'm not like falling for you, which that's so obviously a producer plant. Like, do you think you're falling for Joey? You know, but I think she seems real about it to me.
Yeah, I think Joey appreciates realness when he's discussing when he's just talking to these ladies. Maria in a 2-on-1 afterwards, she was like, "Hey, do you still see something with me after all this drama?" She was like, "I did at the beginning, but I don't even know after all this. We'll have to see." And he appreciated how honest she was.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's like some guys or some leads in the past have needed that validation. Like, you haven't said that you even like me. How do I even know that you like me? You don't know. You didn't fall immediately in love with me the first day, so I don't even know if I can pick you. And Joey seems to have a more realistic view of the whole process and the length of time it takes to get to know someone for them to fall in love with you. So, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think it is about Maria that he likes?
No clue. She's kind of I don't mean this in a sense of like alternative music or anything, but she's just kind of different and alternative, I think, in style, look, personality. She's got a background where she was raised by as she put it, got lots of guys or men, and so maybe that leaves her a little socially different, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that might explain why it's hard for her to get along with some of the girls.
But I don't even think it's that hard for her. I just think some of these girls, specifically Leia and Sydney, are almost looking to have a villain and for it not to be them. Or I don't know.
I can see that, but I also feel like Maria could choose not to engage, just like the girl who started it all with the "I feel old" comment has like removed herself from all of that.
Yeah, Maria definitely has a little bit of leaning into some of the things where she could have leaned out, but they definitely are attacking her, I feel like. So while Maria's a little different, she definitely, I think I tend to side more on her side because Sydney is crazy. In the context of the show, she is acting just, to me, outlandish and kind of dramatic. And then Leah is just classic young girl that's loyal to her friends to a fault.
Yeah.
And like your friend is doing despicable things and not even making sense, but girl power, whatever, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm on your side. And it's causing her some of her worst tendencies to come out, in my opinion.
True. Yeah, so. Sydney was saying things that was just kind of like, no, that's definitely not what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see, man. We're so we covered. There's so much that's happened and probably that we forgot. Let's just as we can. I'll start. Think of just some of our favorite things that's happened on the show so far.
Okay.
I thought it was I thought the 2-on-1. Actually, I've said it. I said these were gonna be my favorite things, but the 2-on-1 was a little rushed. I guess they just jumped on the conflict between Sydney and Maria, but
You mean rushed like too early on in the season?
yeah. It was kind of superficial. And like I said before, or when we were watching, if I'm ever on a 2-on-1, which I wouldn't be, I'm married, but
You did
if
say
you're
this.
on a 2-on-1 and you get picked, I just be like, actually, no, I quit.
If you get picked to be on a 2-on-1, you might as well just self evict because you're not making it to the end.
Exactly. Okay, so other things that have happened, it it was who was it? It was Askin that showed up for the the talent competition.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I can't remember any standouts from that. I'm actually having trouble. Oh, they did a tennis date. They leaned into that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to see, I've forgotten their names. I think Kelsey was one of the winners in that group. They won at tennis.
They made him dress up.
Right. It was interesting.
Those two blonde girls were funny. Daisy and Autumn were funny.
Yeah. It was interesting seeing them, how they integrated his chosen lead characteristic. They do it every year, right? And his is tennis.
Yeah.
So seeing them integrate that with the funny costumes was interesting.
Okay, remember they did the wedding date? The like quintessential dress up as a wedding, except for usually it's dress up like you're at a wedding and take pictures, and this one was dress up it's your wedding and you're at your reception.
Which I thought was a nice twist.
It really was, because it actually gave them activities to do, like the speech and the first dance. I can't remember who it was that gave a speech, but it was really good.
Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering their names. But it was the girl who just went on the one-on-one with Joey this week.
Rachel?
Yes, Rachel.
Yeah.
She gave the speech.
Yes, she did.
It was a good speech. And then I forgot her name, but the one who jumped over the table.
Evelyn.
Evelyn jumping over the table was pretty funny.
That was good.
As for destinations, I really liked that we got to see Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was really a beautiful location. There's beautiful people, beautiful accents. It was just really cool. And it's good that they're out traveling to nice locations, and no offense, not just to like, we're going to, although they are going to Ontario next week, but you know what I mean? Like going to Europe and spending time there. I totally
forgot they used to travel like that.
Yeah. We've
had so many seasons of COVID, and they were on a cruise ship?
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's good that they are actively traveling still.
Now, what do you think about Lexi?
Lexi strikes me as someone who will go far, but is not going to be the final choice.
Yeah.
She could be like the final two, so we're seeing a lot of her in preparation for her heartbreak, so they can pitch her as the Bachelorette.
Oh, wow.
But I don't see the strong. I know he's like head over heels, but I don't know if he's. I don't see it actual long term. I just think they have like a good vibe.
Okay.
Other strong contenders. Rachel is a strong contender. I could see her being maybe Final Four. Kelsey A from Louisiana, strong contender. She had a good one-on-one.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm. And then Daisy is going to win it all. Every interaction they have kind of solidifies that, even though their interactions have slowed a little bit.
But you don't think Jen?
No.
Final Four?
No.
Really? You think it's just gonna flame out?
Yeah, I think we're seeing I think we've seen the most that we're gonna see a Jen.
Wow.
I could see her being gone in the next 1 or 2 episodes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,
Caitlin wait. Kelsey, which one's, is Kelsey A from New Orleans?
Yeah.
Who's the girl, the other Kelsey? What's her name?
That
was crying because, seeing him ride off in the Vespa.
Oh, Kelsey T?
Yes, I think I could see her being final 6.
Yeah, same.
Kind of maybe a dark horse for Final Four.
Yeah, same.
They seem to have a good connection as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maria is also a dark horse. I don't even think she makes it Final Four, but you never know. She could ride a powerful wave.
I mean, honestly, she could. I could see him going to her hometown, but I don't know that she would make it further than that.
I think her being from Canada is going to not make it. Is going to eliminate her from hometowns. He's going to been to Canada. She'll probably get a one-on-one date or a special date in Canada, and like get to. Even though I don't know if her Ontario, I don't think it's her hometown, but she'll get to be like, "Oh, I'm from Canada. I got you this thing we eat," and that'll be her de facto hometown. So he won't feel like, "Oh, I have to go home."
It actually said it is Ontario. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh well, then definitely. I mean, we could get the storyline of, oh, I didn't get a one-on-one date, and it's my hometown. That happened with what's his face last season. So you never know. As for this season, they're showing a lot of previews of him being ultra sad at the end. Mm-hmm. We discussed it in the very first pod. You started crying immediately. Seeing that, I don't know if I'm at the point where I care enough about any of his relationships to think about me being sad, because they're always sad. It's like, oh, I got to date too many women and now I only get to pick one. Like, come on,
gosh,
So we'll see. I think it's been a good season. It's just been he's a good lead. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's realistic, and he seems to have a good group of women, as good as you can get casted. A good group of women on a reality TV dating show.
Agreed.
Any other things we missed from Joey?
I don't think so. I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay. It's weird because we could to cover everything we've missed, we could make this a 5-hour pod. But I think we're gonna keep going right along. We're gonna make this just a kind of jump start to get back in the swing of things, get you used to hearing our voices again. As we know, you've been this since last year. But let's prime a little bit some of the other shows that we're watching. We are, and it's a shame because we're not caught up on it. But like I said, this is just a kickstart episode, get us back at it. We're also watching Farmer Wants a Wife, which is a dating show in a similar style, but also totally not at all the same as Bachelor, but maybe even a purer form of Bachelor for depending on some people where they live. And Farmer Wants a Wife is literally that. 4 farmers dating, I believe 8 women, or no, 5 women.
They get to take 5 back to their farm with them. They meet 8. And they take 5 back with them.
Mm-hmm. And trying to find their wives. Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. It's like some women will be there and be like, I've never been to a farm. I don't know what it's like to live on a farm.
Right.
And it's kind of just like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, are you there just for the show? Probably, I guess, if that's the case. I mean, I can understand a natural curiosity of, I've never been to a farm. I want to go to a farm. But to say that you would want to marry someone and live on a farm forever?
Yeah.
That's kind of extreme.
Yeah. We watched the first season and we enjoyed it. The second season, it started off well. We, I think, are maybe 1 or 2 episodes behind with the move and all that's been going on. It's been tough to keep up. But next week, Lord willing, we will have the latest and greatest on what's happening with our farmers all across the country. We are also watching a competitive reality TV show called Traitors.
On Peacock. It's so good, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All of reality TV show legends come together and they explain it.
It's basically like, if you're familiar with The Mole or not, what it is a group of former reality TV stars from competitive reality TV, dating reality TV, slice of life reality TV, all the from any reality TV universe of any kind. Some of them, there's a boxer, there's a politician. You know what I mean? So that's not strictly reality TV, but famous people get together and they, air quotes, live in a castle where some of them are faithful and some of them are traitors. The traitors are actively trying to eliminate the rest of the people so they can keep the prize pot for themselves. And the faithful are trying to banish the traitors so they can keep the money for themselves. the traitors are fewer in number, and they get to know everything. And the faithful obviously don't know who the traitors are.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got some Big Brother legends. We've got tons of Bravo TV legends.
It's kind of like that game when you were kids, Murder in the Dark. Did you ever play that game?
No.
Oh. Basically, there would be one murderer, and they would murder someone.
Yeah, I've seen it, like similar games played on TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really fun. If you like, it's like I said, it's got people you know from Bravo shows, from Big Brother, from The Bachelor, from Well, where does Bling Empire? What does that come on? Netflix?
I have no idea. I think Netflix.
Right, just from all over the place.
And that one guy from Love Island, Bergie.
Right. Love Island contestants, MTV Challenge contestants. And so it's not restricted just to Peacock licensed reality TV stars. They pull from everywhere.
Johnny Bananas is on his reality TV game show. Well, that's just his career at this point.
Well, I think it's been his career for
you're right. But that has
years.
always been the challenge. He's now branching out. Because it was the House of Villains, and then he was on Traitors.
Yeah, so there's lots of people in there. So
Dan Giesling
from Big Brother
made his. What did he say? He came out of retirement to play this game because he had watched. Was it because he had watched prior seasons and he wanted to do it so bad?
Yeah. So,
should we talk about? We're caught up. Should we just talk about it?
Yeah, just briefly. We're for those who are watching, and if you want to catch up, just skip ahead to the next segment. The latest episode just came out, and Peter Weber from the former Bachelor inexplicably is really good at this game.
Yeah.
He had some masterful plays to figure out that Dan was a traitor, that Poverty is a traitor. And he's gotten both of along with the rest of the people in the house, the other faithfuls have gotten them out.
Back to back.
Which
is honestly wild.
Right. So now they have their sights set on the final traitor, Phaedra, who's got the chance to recruit. And it looks like she's recruiting Kate.
And they did it differently. They did it if you recruit. It's either you recruit or you die.
Accept the recruitment or die.
And I think Kate will have no problem accepting.
Right. So Kate from Below Deck is who Phaedra from Housewives is probably is indicated that she's chosen. We don't know if Kate accepted though. I'm sure she will. So yeah, Phaedra is in a tough spot because basically everyone has figured out that she's likely to traitor her, or she's got people that are really
on her tail.
Right. But we'll see how that ends up going. I've really liked this season so far.
But I would say of the three traitors, Phaedra's playing the best game.
She definitely was. And the only reason she got called out is because Dan, as a last-ditch effort, tried to offer her up as a sacrifice. It was really wasn't smart. Dan, who's really has a reputation as legendary for how well he played Big Brother, was really bad at this game. It's just no way around it. He wasn't any good.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I think he severely underestimated how good other people are.
I think he did too.
And if he maybe understood that, he might have played a little better. But no, he definitely didn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would have done the same thing. I don't know if I would have thought Peter was smart enough to do some of the things he did.
Same. Peter has been playing a good game, but I think it might be catching up to him because he started doing these he would have these alliance meetings basically out in public.
Yeah, and he was very egotistical about knowing who the traitors was, and he was right. And so right, the fact that him and Tricelle started trying to game the system a little bit to get Phaedra out before Poverty, and everyone who knew that he thought for sure was Dan and Poverty were kind of alarmed that he switched up and seemingly was now protecting Poverty. So yes, he's in a sticky situation, but the faithful have the traitors dead to right. I think they're gonna get Phaedra out and leave Kate, I guess, to be a traitor for a week or two, and now have to go it alone or figure it out what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know. For all we know, they might let her recruit someone else.
I think so. Alan Cummings said that the rule book is that anytime it's down to one trader, they get the chance to recruit.
Oh, okay.
He made it seem like that was the case.
Okay.
So we'll watch that as it goes and see where that goes. Man, we covered so many.
You know what I think, real quick, on Traitors? I'm surprised that nobody's on to Sandra. Like, nobody has really accused Sandra. She's not really talking that much. She's not really even getting that much screen time, and I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, she's definitely playing it low. She seems to have a group of people.
The one thing that she did do was say Larsa looked 10 years older than her.
Even though they're the same age. Larsa Pippen.
The same age.
Yeah,
that was
former boyfriend
funny shade.
Of Marcus.
Dude,
Jordan.
Yeah. Okay, we can segue into Brooke's buzz because I saw an interview that Alan Cumming did, and whoever was interviewing him was like, oh, did you know that Larsa and Marcus broke up because they were on the show together? And he was like, what? No, we're about to have the reunion. Then they're going to have to be together at the reunion.
Yeah, that's going to be insane. It'll be interesting to see how that's handled, but I honestly think it'll be fine.
I mean, I'm sure
they'll just sit on opposite sides of the room.
She's so like, she won't tell any information. She either tells like way too much information or she will tell nothing. And I'm sure she'll just be like, it just didn't work out. We've moved on. Next question.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that big a deal. Plus, this reunion is not really focused on their relationship. Feels like Real Housewives, they would make it a deal, but they're just focused on the game. And Marcus was only in the game, I think, for like a week or
yeah, because he was good.
Right.
And people were threatened by him.
Exactly. What else? I saw that you posted about some other housewife.
Oh my gosh.
Another housewife.
Y'all, Jen Shaw and Elizabeth Holmes were together in jail, buddying up, probably working on a business deal for when they get out of jail.
A new con.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got two con women teaming up in the penitentiary. What could be a better story? Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens on the outside. Maybe Andy will convince, what's her name? Elizabeth Holmes to join the Housewives.
Oh my gosh.
Where are they in? They're not in Huntsville. Where are they at?
Bryan.
Real Housewives, Bryan, women's facility.
Oh my gosh.
Or not Housewives, I guess, just real prisoners. But what else?
There was something else. What was I? Oh, Kyle Richards and that country singer. What do I always forget? Morgan Wade.
Okay.
So in this season, Morgan Wade has made her debut on the season of the Housewives. Mm-hmm. And they're like very close. But it honestly feels like Kyle is a little bit more invested in the friendship than Morgan is. But then someone pointed out that that's like Kyle's MO. Like, she kind of attaches onto people and becomes like they become her number one BFF, and then it kind of crashes and burns. Like, that's what she did with Lisa Vanderpump, but also, and Teddy Mellencamp, but her and Teddy might still be friends, but Teddy's not on the show anymore.
Right.
And her sisters, like, she has history with them. So, recently Kyle scrubbed all evidence of Morgan from her Instagram, so people are kind of like, what's up? What's the deal? Right. And her and Mauricio are like working on their marriage.
Yeah, that's good then.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it's nice when people can make it work. What else in the Housewives? I remember I popped in on a couple of episodes of Salt Lake City. It was interesting seeing Heather admitting that Jen Shaw was the one who punched her. We didn't talk about that on the pod. would have been nice to get a Brooke buzz on that, but that's, I guess, in the past.
The finale of Salt Lake City was one of the best finales of Real Housewives of all time. It was so good. Monica got completely busted for being a troll account. She claims that Bravo knew, and that's why they hired her. And Bravo's like, no, we did not know that. But regardless if they knew it or not, they knew she was going to bring drama because she had ties to Jen Shaw. So, that's neither here nor there because now she's fired. She's not coming back.
Yeah, well, yeah, I forgot even about that, how explosive that was. Walking by and hearing you watching that and reacting to how crazy that was. Well, again, we missed so much. I might segue right now to another. No. It will be a separate episode. We'll do a special episode in the coming days where it'll just be really quick. It'll be a recap of all that we missed, and I'll pull it from our audio of that episode of earlier this year that we didn't release. This has been a quickie to get us back in the swing of things. We appreciate you listening to us, and even though we are still yet tired from moving in and still trying to get settled in, we really enjoy doing this and want to, now that we've got the space for it finally, now that we've got the room for it finally, break out the equipment and get back at it. So I think we're going to talk definitely about The Bachelor next time we record. We're going to hopefully be caught up on Farmer Wants a Wife and do more of a deep dive into that for people who don't watch Fox reality TV shows. We're going to get a more fleshed out Brooke's Buzz segment for to cover all the other things that she's watching, because believe me, she's doing her coverage of that. And we'll talk Traitors.
And Love is Blind started.
Love is Blind started, and it had just ended when we were recording that other one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have plenty of content to go over this coming. It's not a season for us, but this coming year of reality TV. And we are just looking forward to it. So yeah, that's it. We will see you guys next week, Lord willing. We pray that everything is going well for you guys. We pray you're enjoying watching the same reality TV shows we're watching and coming and listen to us talk about it, and having fun with us. And just thank you for listening. Brooke, you got anything else?
No, just peace, love, and blessings.
Yep, we'll be back on social media. You can follow along the shows with us live as we discuss about it on social media. We're at the People's Rose and everywhere that matters. And you can find our podcast and places that you can download our podcast at peoplesrose.com.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.